The Passaic Valley Drama Club hosted their annual fall play, August Osage County, which was directed by Mr. Tamian. They had been working very hard to put on the show for almost 3 months. The actors and crew put in hard work and dedication and were prepared to put on an amazing performance.
I chose August Osage County this year because I wanted to do something that was a straight drama. We usually do musicals and comedies here. And about every third or fourth year as the drama teacher, I like to do something that's deep and insightful, that has some kind of reflection of society. And August Osage County was a perfect fit for all the things I was looking for, especially with a large cast. There's 13 in the cast. And deep, dark secrets abound in this very dysfunctional family. And I said, this might be a good, challenging piece to take my drama students. And that's one of the reasons why I chose it.
When Mrs. Tamian has an idea of what she would like to do with the show, the audition process begins.
In the audition process, we are to read the script thoroughly beforehand, try to get a mastery of the character, the plot, the setting. And then on the first audition day, we are to read off of a monologue, for different monologues for guys and girls, that tries to, display as many emotions as you can so that she can get a sense for how good you are at portraying different emotions. And then on the second day, we run through scenes of people, mainly to show our mastery at each character and our chemistry with other actors.
During auditions, I was very, very nervous. It was my first fall show to audition for, and I had no idea what to expect.
Auditions were very nerve-wracking, especially knowing that there weren't that many people in the cast and that it was like such a demanding show. Auditions were very scary.
During auditions, I was very nervous. It was a nerve-wracking experience leading up to it, We had to read through the material a lot. I wanted to make sure I had an in-depth understanding of each character. And on the day of auditions, I was nervous, but you have to go in, you have to perform your best no matter what.
For auditions, I was pretty confident in the fact that I knew the characters because I had read the play countless times and I really had practiced a lot, but of course there are nerves that always come with any audition.
My reaction when I made it into the show was definitely shocked because I didn't think I was going to get in because there was a lot of competition during the show. So getting in was definitely something that I was happy about.
I was very excited when I got Violet. Probably screamed a bunch. It's an exciting role, so I was happy when I got it.
I was ecstatic. I've been doing theater all the 4 years that I was here, and since this is my last fall show, I was very happy to learn that I would be a part of it.
Usually, straight dramas are smaller casts. This had 13 in it, which is considered a large cast for a drama, for sure. So I was able to incorporate a lot of the theater kids in it and not just be where, most of you are going to have to sit this one out because we're doing some straight drama that only, entails 4 actors. So really, it was a perfect piece all around with the pool of students that I had to choose from in the theater.
The part I got was Dion Gilbo, who's the sheriff of the town. He's Barbara's love interest because they used to date back in high school and now it's a bunch of years later and he has to tell her that her father's died and her husband are not getting along. So he's trying to kind of swoop his way in and get her heart back.
I got the part of Violet Weston. She is the mother of Ivy, Barbara, and Karen. She is a recovering cancer patient and she is addicted to prescription pills.
The role that I auditioned for in August Osage County was the part of Bill Fordham. He's the main character, Barbara's husband. He's divorced from her. He's been trying to lead a good life without her and her toxic presence.
I got Ivy Weston. She's the middle daughter of the Weston family, and she's the one that kind of stayed behind when her sisters left. Once they got old enough and got married and got their own lives, they all left. But Ivy stayed back, and she's there to kind of take care of her mother and father up until the start of the play.
Before the nights of the show, the stage crew works diligently to create a set whose layout complements the action and mood during the performance.
I told the set designer, Rob Lavagna, what I wanted. That I wanted a 3-tiered set, which he was able to do for me, which is unusual for high school shows, really. And how I wanted them, because I pre-blocked in my mind, when I'm reading through the show, that I wanted certain areas of the stage to represent certain parts of the house, where the steps were going to be, and then I transfer all that information to the set designer, who's Rob, and then Rob does a mock-up, does a set mock-up for me, brings it back to me and says, what about this? And then I made a couple more changes here and there, and then once we are in agreement with this can be done, and this is what I want as the director, the set build begins.
It took a really long time. Our set designer did most of it just because the set is so complicated and it was really hard to build. Like the parts that I built were pretty much just the walls, but that itself is like just really hard. The set is 3 stories high, which is really, really difficult to build. That's why our set designer kind of gave us the base first, and then he let us build on top of his base. And it was probably one of the hardest sets we've ever built here, and it's really cool to be a part of.
Because this show was so demanding, Mrs. Tamian used as much time as she could, which meant starting practice on the second day of school.
Blocking is coordinated movement on stage, and a director blocks the actors, obviously. The direction in which they move on stage, when they move, the pacing, the tempo, all those things are considered blocking. And really what you do is you look at what the play is. You find out what the intent and the integrity of that piece from the playwright's perspective is. You try to put your own spin on it as far as the direction goes, because you want to have your own insights into the play. And then what you do is you transfer those theories that you have through body language, body movement, tempo, through blocking. And you just really tell the actors, well, let's do this, let's try this. And you find out what works. Try this sitting, try this standing, move stage right, stage left. And it's really an intricate thing to actually work out on stage until it just clicks right and it works. And then you say, okay, that's our blocking.
Rehearsals normally go, Miss A will assign a certain number of pages to do each day, and then after we get everything blocked, we start doing run-throughs of acts and the entire show.
Practices are usually we show up and we either run selected scenes or go through the entire act. We'll sometimes work privately with Miss A to conduct character studies and try to get a better sense of who we're trying to act and what that means.
So to describe my character in one word, it would probably be sympathetic, because when he has to tell them that their father has died, he's very caring and nurturing, and he's trying to make it easier on them.
Crazy, because she's literally a nut job and she's very mean and harsh to her own family.
Earnest, he's definitely earnest. He may not have had the best past of Barbara, and he may not always have the best ways of expressing it, but he really does hope for the best for his family and his wife.
Unappreciated, because she's the one who always takes care of everyone and always stays back, yet she is the least well-treated out of her sisters.
August Osage County is not the typical PV show, and it's not a typical high school show because it's got very, very mature themes. It certainly deals with things that most people deal with on a daily basis in reality, but because it's such a mature theme, there's mature language, usually high schools don't do it. So when I was given the opportunity, I went to administration, and Dr. Cardillo was very, very kind and said, let's work this out. I think we can make this happen. Art is supposed to push the boundaries. I'm sure that the students will make this happen. Under the direction of you. She gave me that, and I was privileged, to be given that opportunity. And she said, let's try this. Let's do it. But usually, just in my own repertoire, I usually do 3 comedies and then a drama. 3 comedies and then a drama. Comedies sell better than dramas do, sure.
The actors showed their full potential in portraying this dysfunctional family in August Osage County. Miss A was left emotional knowing her cast and crew accomplished great things with the show. The audience was engaged and wowed by their astonishing performance.
Rescue in my arms. Don't you think you want someone?